this episode of Getting Ready for Summernats 35, we're going to talk to Carolyn and Mark Hayes. They've got a very special Torana that's in the build. It's going to be an Unveil car at Summernats. A lot of work's been getting done. The inspiration behind the car, we're going to find that out too. Nice Belmont here. We might have a little look at some Easter eggs around this area here and what's going on in the sheds and stuff. So stay with us, let's go have a look. Mark and Carolyn Hayes, how you going?
Good, thanks.
Very well.
Thank you for bringing us here to give everybody a bit of a look at the car. That I know that you kind of want to keep the covers on.
A little bit.
It's a passion. Like it's that moment at Summernats when you like take the cover off, where it's kind of like all the hard work and everything like that. But we're going to give everybody a special look today. So give us a little bit of a quick info before we head inside and have a look.
Okay, LH Torana.
Yeah.
6 years in the build. I bought it as a running, driving 173 T-bar auto car. I drove it home from the Central Coast.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which was great. And brought it home and pulled it apart straight away. Pretty much pulled it apart.
Yeah.
And yeah, 6 years on, we're much closer now. We're almost ready to go. It's obviously had a massive transformation.
You can't rush these things. You can't rush them.
No. Yeah, and I'm female, so I'm not patient.
Yeah.
So Mark knows, he's learnt that along the way, but yeah, we're getting there. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm busting to get this thing up and running and going. So.
I bet. It's a nice relaxed atmosphere you guys have created here that it's, no doubt good for building cars.
It's very relaxing, very relaxing. We come up here, Friday nights and spend our weekends up here. We've got everything we need up here. We've got a fridge and we've got a tap and we've got some music.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
And a very cool room in there that if Mark's, willing, we'll give you a bit of a look. Too good. All right, let's go inside. Well, we can see the colour a little bit, not too close.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
6-year build. Tell us about what it started like from then, and has it changed into what it is now?
Yeah, running, driving car, 173 T-bar auto, drove it home the day we picked it up. It was a 3-month mission to acquire the car from the guy that I bought it off, because originally he wanted much more money than I was prepared to pay.
Yeah.
And we sort of went backwards and forwards a few times, and I actually woke up this I can tell you, December 16th was a Sunday morning. I woke up and I said to Mark, I've got a feeling I'm going to bring that car home today. Later on that day, the guy rang.
Wow.
It was a typical eBay transaction.
Yeah, backwards, forwards.
Yeah.
But
we got the car. And it was a really good car to start with.
Yeah, great car. Very little rust, and I mean very little. We had a couple of little bits down the bottom in the front apron, and that was really it. That was the only rust that was in the car. Very lucky.
And that's always the best start, right? A nice clean shell.
A complete car is way easier to build than bits and pieces from everywhere.
Yeah. And many people have done up cars like that before and gone home with tubs full of parts and a shell on a trailer.
And those parts didn't belong to that car.
Yeah, probably not.
True. The combo. Tell us a little bit about what sort of, even like where it started and what it is now. Was it the goal the whole time?
Yeah, it's a 415 small block Chev with a nitrous plate kit. Very streetable engine, because this is a drag and drive car. I'm going to drive this car everywhere. I'm going to drive the wheels off it.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to race it, and it's going to run 8s for now, and then it's going to run 7s later on. So it was built. It's been purposely built as a drag and drive style car. But yeah, 415 small block Chev, nitrous plate kit, hydraulic roller engine.
Yeah.
So it's very streetable, very little maintenance, and it made good numbers on the dyno. It went 675 aspirated.
Wow.
Which is what everyone said it couldn't do, but it did, because obviously Mark built it. And it, with a reasonable shot of nitrous, it went 900, but it'll top 1,000 if I needed to. It won't do it all the time, because I don't want to do it all the time. But
and I have no doubt you guys would have done the science of the weight and the power and all this sort of stuff to know exactly in traction and tyre, everything.
The plan hasn't changed on the car. It was always going to be small block Chev, power glide 9-inch.
Yeah.
Very reliable, very easy, parts availability. And that's exactly how it's finished off. The plan never changed. The original plan in Carolyn's head, with my input, it's exactly what this car is.
Yeah,
how good. Let's have a little bit of a look maybe from the front, maybe.
Yeah, that's okay, just a little bit.
It's hard with Unveil cars because we want to give you guys a look, but it's something that's close to your heart that you want to, the passion of pulling the cover off at Summernats You know, you can only do it once.
Yeah.
At only one show.
Yeah, that's
so
exactly
it's kind
right.
I've been in the fortunate situation to have an unveiled car myself. My race car was unveiled back in 2015, and it's a really good feeling. And with this car, the stance will make this car. I mean, there's lots of four-door Toranas and some really nice ones, but this car, because it's jacked up now, you can't really tell. But when the covers get pulled off this car, everyone's just going to go, whoa, because of the stance. It's got the killer stance.
Yeah, awesome. Underneath here, I know it's a very special motor. Looking from the front end here, the wheels, the brakes, everything, this is a complete car. Like, this is not just painted to look good. There's Easter eggs everywhere. The more I look, the more things I find, I'm like, wow. Like, seriously.
There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people won't see. I mean, we've gone to a lot of trouble to make this car look as standard as possible. There's a lot of modifications that people won't even notice. And that's the whole idea. We've seen that before with your videos before, and with Howard and that. A lot of stuff people won't even notice on this car. But to make it look standard, it's twice the work. You could build a race car in half the time and half the money. To finish a car off and to make it look like a complete street car and have it go like this car will go, that's a lot of work.
And at the end, a good feeling too, know that, you know, you can always build a fast car and put it in anything almost, weld it up and there it goes. To have it like this, when you pull the door down after doing a show or a drag thing, it's a good feeling when the car's Mickey Mouse, surely.
Well, you mentioned the brakes.
Yeah.
The brakes have got to be right. I mean, Carolyn's Dailies over there, it's a club sport with Harriet brakes. She can't get out of that car and get into this.
And not stop.
And not stop.
Yeah.
So this car will stop.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Any other sort of cool techie stuff you can give us about the motor? A couple of hints?
The motor is basically a tried and true engine. I mean, it's hydraulic roller, 750 carb, makes maximum power at 6,500 RPM. So it'll do it all day, every day. It's not a high stress motor. That's the thing. I've built a couple of motors before for other drag challenge cars, so I know what it takes to be reliable. I mean, you could easily build a motor that makes 800 horsepower. And we probably could, and we've all got experience with that, but we wanted to make a motor that can live and drive and not have any problems. That's the whole idea.
You have to be there on day 5 at Drag Challenge. You have to be there on day 5. That's what it's about.
Because to touch on that for a second, that was the inspiration behind building this car, right?
Yeah, it was. In my old hatchback that I used to own, I did the very first Drag Challenge in the radial aspirated class, got runner-up. And once you've done Drag Challenge, it's in your blood.
Yeah.
You will want to do it every single time since. So for me, if I was going to build another car, it had to be a drag and drive, drag challenge style car. I have to be able to drive it because that's what it's all about for me. That was
a great
reason.
event, the camaraderie with friends and going there and the drives between and all the you know, to make a car race 5 days and travel between is a big.
It's a lot, it's a lot.
We've been to Drag Week in the States too as a spectator and followed that, and it's just such a great event.
Yeah, awesome.
So the engine will be in the upcoming issue in the middle of the month. So you'll see a little
Street Machine,
back of Street Machine where the middle of the month is. You'll see the little black small block looks like a stock car. Makes plenty of
That's
power.
it. So, it's nicely hidden in there.
Upcoming issue.
Yeah.
Street Machine is coming up middle of the month. This motor, mad. You did say street car.
Yes.
Not pure drag car. So
Street car.
That's why you've made it really nice inside. I've had a look. It's not completely finished yet, but it's getting very close.
Getting close, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the trim.
It's got Velo seats in the front and retrimmed Torana seats in the back, but made into a 2-seater instead of the 3.
Yeah.
It's functional, comfortable, and it's set up for me. So the pedals are where I need them, the steering wheel's where I need it, the shifter's where I need it.
Great.
Ergonomically designed to fit me. So I'm comfortable in the car. You know, parachute lever is easy, accessible, everything to suit me. So I plan to have my butt in that seat a lot and do a lot of miles. So it had to be, you know, super comfortable.
I guess the balance had being 7 seconds in the deep end of a run, but also is comfortable going down maybe on a Sunday, go grab some brekkie somewhere.
Yep, that's exactly the plan. Yep.
That's sometimes I think that's more fun, right?
Yeah.
And no leather seat to burn your bum in summer and freezing.
Yep, I can see that. And it's a special trim that you'll only be able to see if you come to Summernats.
Have a close look.
Check this. Any other thing you want to tell us about the car that you feel people, you know, that you want to express about this passion project of yours. 6 years is quite a build.
It's a long time.
A full roll cage in a street car is a difficult job.
Yeah.
And I think we've gone as close as we can to have an invisible roll cage. I mean, you're probably looking through that camera now, you can't see the roll cage. So that's the whole plan.
And that was, that was the idea.
Trying to have it as stealthy and hidden and as tucked as possible.
Yeah, the theme behind the car seems to flow from every corner of the car.
Yeah.
With what you've done, and I think you guys have done a great job. If you're doing yourself a disservice, you don't get a Summernats to come check this car out, because after that it's going to be used to the max, right?
Absolutely. It's going to be everywhere.
First street meet on a Wednesday.
Yeah, probably.
Perfect. What about we have a bit of a look around at some cool stuff? I can see some.
Okay.
All right.
So while we're here at this special Summernats invitational, had the boys around to come and check it out. This is Hazy's shed. So we've got pretty well set up here. Got a few trophies up there that my street car has won. Just a couple up there. Didn't have enough room in the house, so I had to build some shelves in the shed to put them all up. Carolyn's daily driver. We look after that, keep that tidy. This is where it all happens. This is our assembly area. This is our clean area. There's another spot over the other side there, which is all the grinding and welding. That's where all that's done. The old trusty street car bonnet that's done a lot of service is here. And I've got a little man cave around the corner there where my son likes to play PlayStation while we're working here.
And where we build all the engines.
Where we build the engines. That's where the engines get built. I don't know if you want to follow me in there if that works.
The fridge, because we all need a fridge. It's where the beer lives.
So this is the man cave. This is where that lounge gets done for snoozing in between build projects. William is on the PlayStation here, got a fridge there. Assembly room, got a few engines on the go, 253, 454. This is where all the late nights are spent.
Yeah.
This whole shed is fully insulated, so the neighbours don't worry about me banging around here at night. It works out really well. We've got internet service if you get close to the window. Power for the phones and the laptops and everything works really well. So we spend a lot of time up here. So the last Unveil car I had was 2015, and it was that car there. So we've been racing that and doing really well. Lately, it's been drag racing at the track has been, what would you say? We've been experimenting with no prep and lots of other type things, power crews with that car now, because it just works. It's easy, it's low stress. So that's why we like it. Okay, 253 project at the moment for my HQ Belmont wagon that was at the start of the video. Just a Barry Basic 253. The 173 is in the car now. Doesn't have enough power to get out of the driveway, so I have to go with 253 and a Trimatic. Got a 454 here for a friend of mine for his HQ. So that's another one to keep us busy. So there's always engines here, always something to do.
And there might be another sneaky little engine hiding under there that's going to go in my Torana after I'm used to the first one and back in the driver's seat, so we can step it up a little bit.
No shortage of horsepower here. Okay, this project is for next year. 59 Apache, long bed, small back window. A lot of choices there. So this is just going to be a street car. Small block Chevy, turbo 400, 9-inch, nice and easy, nice and reliable. My son, who's 11, has got his eyes on that to drive to high school. So we'll see how that works out. And over here, hiding in the corner, is the HQ Belmont for the 253. That's the next project actually. After Carolyn's car is ready and driving, the Belmont will get the 253 Trimatic with all factory stuff, column auto, all factory parts. Single exhaust, exactly how it would have left the factory as a Belmont.
There's backing in trailers and there's backing in trailers. If you look over here, the trailer, the transporter, is like just right on the edge there. Mark, how do you do that, Mark?
I just look in the mirror when I reverse down the driveway here, and I know, because that's where the beams are, I know where I put them, and that's where the trailer goes, exactly in that spot, and I've got room to walk down this side.
Every single time?
Every single time.
This car, 6 years and now almost at Summernats 35, and a privilege. Thanks, Mark, for showing us through
Welcome.
Your shed. It's been wonderful.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us. Another, few more weeks to Summernats. Lots to do, but I'm sure,
Yeah, we're excited and we want it to hurry up, but we also need more hours in the day, so it needs to slow down.
Yeah, we need that clock that's got a couple of extra hours at the end of each day.
Just to finish it off.
Carolyn shows me the countdown on the phone.
I've got
she
it.
Says, oh, we've got X amount of days to go. Or, okay, I'm going to get back to work now.
So that's what we'll do. Let's get back to work.
Yeah, too good. We'll leave everybody alone to get back to work. We thank these guys. We'll see them at Summernats 35. You'll see the Torana there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and add.
Thanks.
Thank you.